Now at 10, Missouri's governor calls a special session to propose redistricting the state's congressional map. Plus, folks in the 4 states are hitting the road for the holiday weekend. We've got some expert advice before you start your trip. And funds flow into Joplin High School's research program thanks to an area utility provider.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe announces a special session to enact legislation to redistrict the state's congressional district map. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Anthony Saviello. The governor also plans to use the session to make changes to the state's initiative petition process.
You can trust, and Catherine alluded to it, not only just
The Missouri governor made the announcement today at the state's capital. Governor Kehoe says he called the session to, quote, ensure our districts and Constitution truly put Missouri values first, end quote. The proposed update to congressional districts will split fewer districts and municipalities than the current map. It will also retain every current congressional member's delegation in the current districts. The plan will also preserve 2 congressional districts as currently drawn. Governor Kehoe's call would also include enacting legislation to amend Missouri's initiative petition process. Some of the changes would include a provision that statewide ballot measures be passed only if a majority of voters statewide and a majority of voters in each congressional district vote to adopt the proposed measure. It would also require an opportunity for public comment before the statewide ballot measure is certified for signatures to be gathered. The proposal would also establish a criminal election offense for fraudulently signing or gathering signatures for a statewide ballot measure. The General Assembly will convene for the special session on Wednesday, September 3rd. Fellow officers in multiple communities paid their respect to a candlelit vigil for a fallen officer. Kansas City police officer Hunter Simonchick was killed Tuesday morning when a fleeing suspect struck him with his pickup. Simonchick was stopped to deploy stop sticks to disable the fleeing vehicle. The candlelight vigil took place in the courtyard of the Unified Government Municipal Building of Kansas City. Simonchick, age 26, was a graduate of Pittsburgh State University. Well, let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney.
Well, temperatures as we head through the evening are going to drop down into the low 60s. Now, we do have partly cloudy skies still sticking around, though. The overcast skies that we saw earlier today have pushed out towards central Missouri and even into Arkansas as well. Now, we're not quite out of the woods yet as we head into the holiday weekend. We're going to see more rain chances popping up. Now, we could get an isolated shower or 2 there in the morning, Saturday morning, and then later in the evening we're also going to see a round of rain showers, isolated rain shower chances that turn into scattered shower chances on Sunday. And then we're going to be dodging storms and showers all through the holiday weekend, mainly on Sunday and Monday. Saturday we're going to be mostly dry and temperatures mild for the weekend as well. But that's a look at this weekend's forecast. I'm going to have a full look coming up.
Lindsay, thanks. Joplin High School's science research program is getting a big boost thanks to Missouri American Water. Today, the company presented a $10,000 STEM education grant from the American Water Charitable Foundation. The money will be used to buy equipment for students working on projects. The donation recognizes the impact of Joplin High School's science research program in helping students pursue science at a higher level and showing them they belong in the lab.
That this grant in the amount of $10,000, first of all, it brings awareness to the high school and this program, which is amazing, a science research program that is unique to our community. As far as what I hope to see it continue, and certainly grants such as this allow the class to purchase equipment for students.
The funding will help fill a constant need for equipment, allowing students to take on advanced projects while keeping the unique program thriving. Members of the Missouri Southern State University football team and cheerleading team visited students from McKinley Elementary School. The athletes joined the students in the cafeteria for lunch before playing games with them at recess. The football team handed out golden tickets to tomorrow night's homecoming game.
It's good for the kids to see it because it's like It's not just about football at the end of the day. It's about getting people together that have a common idea or common love for something that gets them to like get together, find out other people. It's just about relationship building.
The Lions hope to see many of the students in attendance for the game against Midwestern State. Tomorrow's kickoff is set for 6 p.m. from Fred G. Hughes Stadium. Four-State sports fans have been waiting all year for this moment, the return of Friday Night Football. That's coming up later in sports. But up first, an almost 2,000-mile trip to Oklahoma turns into a housewarming gift one family will never forget. Labor Day is right around the corner, and that means more cars, more road trips, and more traffic on the highways. AAA says that while gas prices are taking a dip, it warns that the number of crashes could increase. We spoke with AAA officials and local drivers to find out what you need to know to stay safe on the road this weekend.
To be aware of, likely no matter what direction you're heading out of town in, you're likely going to run into some road work. So make sure you're paying extra attention around those lane shifts, as well as following the posted speed limits.
Just to be alert. Always check mirrors.
Yeah, I'll put down your phones, but just do the speed limit.
There were reported by the Missouri State Highway Patrol 233 crashes and 108 DWIs during Labor Day weekend last year in the Show Me State. A feline named Milo might be down to 8 lives after surviving an almost 2,000-mile trip across country. As Ryan Gillian reports, one family in Oklahoma got a housewarming surprise they'll never forget.
Moving is stressful.
No doubt about that.
Boxes everywhere, endless unpacking. But for Chuck Moore,
we play some each day.
And his wife Connie, one thing helps take the edge off. Their cat. Well, not really theirs.
Not entirely surprised if it was any cat that it was Milo.
Milo is the neighbor's cat, back in Oregon.
About 1,971 miles, I think, by Google Maps.
That's how far Milo rode. Locked inside the Moore's moving container.
Well, I noticed right away that it seemed that a cat had relieved itself on a chair and a box.
At first, Chuck braced for the worst.
And I expected to find Milo's remains because after 3.5 weeks in the pod, I couldn't see how he could have a chance of making it.
25 days, nearly 2,000 miles.
There was Milo climbing up a stack of boxes to get away from me.
Still alive.
Very thankful that he was alive.
After food, water, and a trip to the vet, Milo was only a little dehydrated. Not exactly the first housewarming guest the Moores expected, but one they'll never forget.
A little later, Friday Night Football is back. Carthage takes on Waynesville in this week's Game of the Week.
And we're going to be dodging thunderstorms this Labor Day weekend. I'll have that coming up. Overall, today was a pretty decent day. We had a lot of clouds covering the area, kept us a bit cooler. We can go ahead and take a look at the rest of the overnight planner. Planning on going out at all tonight. It is going to be a decent night for it. Temperatures are dropping down through the 70s and into the upper 60s, and clouds stick around the partly cloudy skies. Now, current temperatures in the upper 60s across the area, 68 out there in Miami, still about 70 in Nevada, 71 in Grove. We're getting to the low 60s tonight and even upper 50s in some areas as well. Now you can see a lot of the clouds have pushed out towards the east of I-49. The rest of us looking pretty clear, partly cloudy skies. Taking a look at downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Those partly cloudy skies are the only thing we have to deal about for most of the night tonight until we get into early morning on Saturday. Now here we see just a little spike for isolated shower chances. Now these isolated showers, which we'll look at in a moment, are going to be moving in from Oklahoma, but our next round coming in late Saturday afternoon and evening, and then you're going to see them moving all the way through overnight and into Sunday morning, where we're looking starting off as isolated showers, and then we get into this window after about 9 to 10 a.m. on Sunday until early afternoon, where we're in this scattered shower chances, so a little bit more of a widespread chance. Now taking a look at our future track. We have a lot of cloud coverage, and like I said, these isolated showers pushing in from Oklahoma, mostly just for our western counties. We're not all going to see the rain until later on Saturday and into Sunday morning. Now here we are about noon, a couple of those isolated shower chances out there in the west. Temperatures upper 70s, low 80s already by 12 o'clock. A lot of sunshine, clouds out there in southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma. Then we're getting into later on Saturday afternoon. We have these rain chances that are going to try and push in. That's our second round of isolated showers Saturday night, but they redevelop as we get into Sunday morning. This front pushes in with widespread rain chances, but to start by 6 a.m., isolated storms out there near Chanute, Columbus, Oswego, into Parsons as well, and then the widespread rain makes its way into the area, hitting the central counties, the Joplin Metro, closer to about 11 a.m. to noon. Now we are going to be dodging more thunderstorm chances on Monday as well. Thanks to that front, we see temps dropping down to the low 80s on Monday and even upper 70s on Tuesday. Now Tuesday is going to be back to clear weather, and unfortunately we do have to deal with the rain chances over the holiday weekend, which I feel like always happens like that. Anytime there's an outdoor holiday, it's going to rain.
Yeah, but it's good that we have nice weather tonight, because you know what tonight is?
What?
It's four-state Friday night football. Lindsay and I are getting out of here, and we're going to hand it over to Ryan and Ben and the rest of the KOAM sports team. Friday night football action straight ahead.
You're watching Four State Friday Nights, presented by Crockett, Wesco Home Furnishings, GN Bank, and Neosho County Community College.
The wait is over. High school football is back, which means the return of Four States Friday night. I'm Sports Director Ryan Blank alongside Ben McLeish. And Ben, it's both of our first seasons here in the Four States area. Talk to me a little bit about your excitement for this year.
Man, I can't wait for some Friday night lights in the Four States this year. I went to Carthage earlier today. It was electric.
It's going to be a lot of electric times this season. It's going to be fun, but let's start with Joplin taking on Kickapoo to open their season. The Eagles have won 7 games in each of their last 3 years, looking to open 2025 with a win. Opening Eagles drive, Daniel Rose rolling out to his left, looking for a man. He's got Trenton McCadney, who finds pay dirt for the score. Joplin takes the early lead. Next Joplin drive, Rose with the handoff to Travion McCadney. He finds a lane for 16 yards, just shy of the goal line. Looked like he scored, but he's going to punch it in. Despite the bot snap, he's got it, and he's in for the touchdown. 14-0 Eagles. Ensuing Chiefs drive, Brock Brooks with the quarterback keeper on 4th down, but the Joplin defense comes swarming in for the stop to force the turnover. Late in the first half, Kickapoo back in Eagles territory. Brooks rolling out, throwing on the run, but it sails into the arms of Gabe Cabatha for the interception. Joplin dominates on opening night, defeating Kickapoo 31-7.
Carthage hosting Waynesville in the KOAM game of the week. Very first play of the season. Tigers go for the onside kick, and Tate Nichols recovers it. That sets up quarterback Zane Browning's first drive of the season. And a few plays in, he goes deep and finds a wide open Landon Bland for the touchdown. Tigers lead 7-0 early. In the second quarter, Carthage leads by 14. Nichols is back to receive the Waynesville punt. He bursts through a hole through the coverage. He's got one man to beat. Sheds the tackle and goes all the way for the Tiger touchdown. Halfway through the second, Carthage up by 27. The extra point attempt is a fake. Browning finds Bland. Cherry on top for Carthage, who dominates Waynesville 50-8. Final score.
Webb City kicking off their season at home against Lebanon. Cardinals at midfield after Lebanon punt. Gabe Johnson trying to hand it off to Mason Williams. Problems with the exchange, and the Yellow Jackets recover the fumble. Cardinals next possession. Johnson fumbling the snap, but he'll pick it up, pitching it to Williams, and he finds his way through the Jackets defense all the way to pay dirt. 7-zip Cardinals. Second down here, midway through the second. Yellow Jackets in deep Cardinal territory. You'll see Beckett York. He's going to go with the fake, looking for Brody Shoemaker in the end zone, but this one is going to sail over his head, incomplete. 2 plays later on 4th down, Rhett Rhodes on the attempt for a 29-yard field goal, but doink off the upright. Score 7-0 Cardinals at halftime. Webb City hangs on to start the season 1-0 at home, 28-20 the final over Lebanon. That's just a taste of the games that we have for you so far in the opening night of football in Missouri, so stay tuned for more highlights after this. But first, let's go to some scores from around the region. Welcome back to the Four States Friday Night. We stay in Missouri with 3 more matchups in the Show Me State. Starting with 2-time reigning state champion Lamar, they'll begin their quest for the three-peat at home against McDonald County.
The Tigers dedicating their field to former head coach Scott Bailey in a ceremony prior to tonight's game. First possession of the game for Lamar, and on the second play of the game, QB Braden Wolf on the keeper around the left side for 55 yards and the touchdown. Lamar up 7-0 after the point after. After a 3-and-out by Mack County, Lamar goes on an 11-play drive, capped off by another QB run by Braden Wolf from 6 yards out. The extra point was missed, so Lamar's up by 13. The score 20-0. The Mustangs get on the board as Brody Rosler makes a 59-yard QB keeper house call. 20-7. Next drive, Lamar gets inside the 20 before an errant pass is intercepted by Ryder Martin, who takes it all the way to the 26-yard line of Lamar. A couple of plays later, Mack County would pull within 7 with a 1-yard touchdown as the Mustangs upset the reigning champs on the road, 39-35.
Monette opening year 2 under Ben Mock at home against Nevada. Nevada driving on offense. Kellen Braden dumps it off to his man, John Michael Collins. He'll snag some ankles before cruising into the end zone to give the Tigers an early lead. Cubs looking to respond. Dylan Washik throws, and this pass is intercepted by Jet Snyder, and he will go all the way for the touchdown, extending the Nevada lead. Tigers back in the red zone. Brady connects with Mason Majors, and he finds pay dirt. Tigers starting to pour it on. Monette looking for some momentum. Antoine Smith, he'll take this handoff. He'll snatch some ankles himself as he waltzes in for the score, but it's the Tigers taking this one 63-34 in a clash of offensive prowess.
Carl Junction welcoming Capital City to Bulldog Stadium. After recovering a Carl Junction fumble, Central City's quarterback Evan Schaefer calls his own number for a 20-yard touchdown run for a 7-0 lead. On Capital City's next possession, Schaefer fumbles the ball, and Carl Junction's Ian Dorsey comes up with the recovery. Carl Junction quarterback Copper Welling hands off to Cole Leverett for a 10-yard score to tie the game at 7-7 in the first play of the second period. Capital City marches back down the field, and running back Jalen Thomas scores from a few yards out for a 14-7 lead. And just before halftime, watch this hit that Leverett gives to Capital City's Braxton Kieran. Boom! On the score that tied the game at 14-14. The Bulldogs take care of business against Capital City, 35-21.
That'll do it for the first Four States Friday night of the season, but this is only the start for us. Ben, what's next week?
Next week, Kansas joins the mix with teams beginning their seasons.
Press Box will be joining us as well next week. That's your show. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you week 2.
Well, the Joplin Route 66 Balloon and Kite Festival brings dozens of food vendors to town this weekend. Local and regional vendors prepare sweet treats and savory favorites for expected crowds. Vendors report favorable weather conditions should boost sales with warm but comfortable temperatures forecasted. Opening day traffic started slowly, but then again, vendors started bright and early.
You've got to come in, you got to get everything turned on and get everything heated up so you can start, making sure everything's ready when the doors are open so you can, serve quality products. We make it the day of. We try to prep the day of, that way it's as fresh as possible.
Vendors anticipate business will increase when balloons launch and more visitors arrive. The festival continues through Sunday. Don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Much needed, especially if you plan on doing stuff this Labor Day weekend. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You need it. It's just important to have, especially if you're planning on doing stuff this holiday weekend.
Checking out radar because we do have isolated storm chances.
Sure.
So you're going to want to see exactly where, because a lot of us are going to be dry on Saturday, but those isolated storms still could hit a few people. Now, Sunday, we have a little bit more of a widespread chance for rain and thunderstorms. That's going to be starting pretty early until midday. Starting to clear around 3 or 4, so we get a nice little evening there, and we have another round of potential scattered showers, scattered thunderstorms on Monday as well.
Yeah. You know, I can't complain though. Like nice scattered thunderstorms, nothing too severe. I'm assuming
nothing severe.
So cuddle up with a nice book and just watch the storms.
I fear that's not how people want to spend their 3-day
Labor Day.
weekend.
Hey, that's fine.
But I like watching a good movie and it's thunderstorming outside. That's nice.
And then look at what's coming up after that as well too. You can't complain about the nice weather after all the rain and everything. So, well, we hope you enjoy your Labor Day weekend. We're going to be right here on KOAM here. So watch the news. Yeah, watch the news.
Yeah,
on KOAM this weekend.
Check out the Facebook. I'll be posting video updates and planners for that too for the weekend.
For sure. But we don't blame you if you're out on a boat or something this weekend and don't want to watch us. But that's our time for tonight. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.